Have you ever wondered how the world's wealthiest families educate their children about money? There's a famous BBC documentary series called The Up series, where the director spent 49 years following the lives of 14 children from different social backgrounds. He began filming them at age 7 and revisited them every 7 years, all the way until they turned 56. The striking conclusion is children from affluent families tend to remain wealthy as adults, while those from poorer backgrounds rarely break free from poverty. This long-running series suggests that the gap between rich and poor is shaped from an early age. So is it because the less privileged don't work hard enough? Or did they just miss their chance? Maybe genetics are to blame? In fact, the real factor is how parents teach and shape their children from the start, the rules of the game that kids learn at home. So what exactly do wealthy parents pass on? Which lessons give their children a lasting edge in life, particularly when it comes to money? Welcome to Value Runtime. My name is Young, a seasoned professional with years of experience on both Wall Street and in Silicon Valley, and a graduate of the Stanford Business School Executive Education Program. Over the years, I've focused on creating and delivering value and wealth across diverse industries, and now I'm building my own startup business. I'd like to share the experiences and insights I've gained with you and help you thrive in a rapidly changing world. In today's video, we'll explore 10 core principles wealthy parents use to guide their children's outlook on finance and life. If you've been curious about what sets thriving individuals apart from the crowd, stay tuned. You're about to gain insights that could shift your financial path in a big way. Number 1. Recognizing the importance of money. One key takeaway from the Up series is that kids raised in wealthy households learn early on that money shapes choices, freedom, and possibilities. Their parents don't treat money as a taboo subject or reduce it to a simplistic root of all evil mantra. Instead, they acknowledge that it's a powerful resource. Think of money like a toolbox. When you have more well-chosen tools, you can handle a wider variety of tasks. Similarly, money helps you pursue your dreams more flexibly, whether that means starting a business, sending your kids to better schools, or contributing to causes that matter to you. Now consider a child who hears all their life that money doesn't matter. They might never develop the curiosity or discipline to manage it effectively. By contrast, a child who understands that money can bring more opportunities is more likely to adopt positive habits like saving, investing, and planning. The difference starts in the messages parents convey. When you know money can ease stress and expand your options, you're more inclined to pay attention to it as you grow older. Number 2. Cultivating social and influencing skills. Watching how wealthy families operate, you'll notice they place a huge emphasis on interpersonal skills. Wealth isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about how well you can collaborate, negotiate, and connect. Parents who have the resources often encourage their children to participate in team sports, clubs, community service, or even entrepreneurial activities. These experiences teach kids to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts diplomatically, and present their ideas with confidence. Imagine a teen who's used to making small talk with adults at fundraisers or family events. By the time they reach college or job interviews, they know how to listen actively, speak articulately, and hold their own in conversations with authority figures. That self-assurance is a magnet for opportunities, scholarships, internships, partnerships, and more. Even if you're not from an affluent background, consciously improving your communication skills can create a similar advantage. Ultimately, success often depends on who you know and how you can help each other. Number 3. Learning how to spend money wisely. An essential mindset difference between the wealthy and everyone else often comes down to strategic spending. Instead of stashing every dollar away or spending it frivolously, they invest it where it can multiply. This could be in building a skill set, acquiring property, purchasing stocks, or starting a small side business. The common thread is that the money spent today leads to larger returns tomorrow. Understanding assets versus liabilities is a crucial piece of this puzzle. An asset generates income or grows in value, like renting out a property or investing in dividend-paying stocks. A liability, on the other hand, drains your funds. For instance, a car might be essential for transportation, but it generally depreciates over time and incurs ongoing costs like maintenance and insurance. Wealthy parents ensure their children grasp this concept by having them identify what in their life functions as an asset and what behaves like a liability. This habit of categorizing expenses carries over into adulthood, helping them decide how to allocate their earnings in a way that steadily increases their net worth. Number 4. Don't reject desire, harness it. A common financial tip is live within your means. And while that can curb overspending, it sometimes dampens ambition. In contrast, wealthy families often encourage their kids to dream big, while also guiding them to figure out how to fund those dreams. If a child wants something expensive, the parent might say, "How could you earn enough to afford that responsibly?" rather than simply, "No, we can't do that." For example, a teen who wants the latest phone might decide to earn money by babysitting, tutoring, or selling homemade crafts online. By discovering ways to generate extra income, they learn resilience, creativity, and the value of their time. This approach lays the groundwork for an entrepreneurial mindset, teaching kids that money can be created through initiative and problem solving. Over time, they realize they don't have to bury their ambitions. They simply have to find sustainable ways to meet them. Number 5. Accumulating business concepts from a young age. Kids in wealthy families often glean insights about business without even realizing it. Parents might discuss dinner table topics like profit margins, marketing tactics, or investment opportunities. In some cases, they let their children help with everyday tasks, maybe running an online shop, managing a lemonade stand, or assisting in family bookkeeping. Bernard Arnault, the CEO of LVMH, famously introduced his children to boardroom strategies early on, ensuring they saw how brand building and acquisitions work in real time. Granted, not every household has access to such high-level business discussions, but you can replicate a version of this by encouraging kids to problem solve in smaller ventures. If they feel the thrill of making a profit or see how time and effort translate into earnings, they're more likely to develop a knack for entrepreneurial thinking. Multiple streams of income are a hallmark of financially secure families. Observing that money can come from various places, salary, investment returns, side hustles, royalties, teaches kids to think beyond a single paycheck. They begin to understand that relying on one source can be risky, and that diversifying income streams offers stability and room for growth. Number 6. Adopting a long-term mindset. One of the most powerful lessons wealthier families impart is patience. Quick money grabs rarely offer lasting rewards. They teach their children to invest not just in stocks or real estate, but also in themselves, in their education, skills, and networks. This perspective is why you might see affluent kids spending their summers in internships or passion projects that might not pay immediately, but could pay off significantly later in life. Bill Gates famously noted that people overestimate what they can do in a year, yet underestimate what they can do in 5. This is where long-term strategy comes into play. If you're learning a new skill, like coding or graphic design, you might not see big returns in the first few months. But a few years down the line, that proficiency can command a higher salary or become the backbone of a successful freelance business. Children raised with this mindset learn to push through initial plateaus, understanding that compound growth applies to every aspect of life, not just money. Number 7. Addressing the emotional side of finances. Money worries trigger strong emotions, stress, fear, even embarrassment, especially when budgets are tight or unexpected bills arise. Yet families who sustain wealth often treat finances like a neutral part of daily life rather than a dramatic event. They show kids that bills and taxes are obligations that come with maintaining a certain lifestyle, and that managing these expenses is simply another adult responsibility. This approach significantly influences how kids grow up viewing money's role in their lives. If they see parents calmly adjusting the family budget after a major expense, it normalizes the idea that financial fluctuations are manageable. As adults, they're better equipped to handle anything from market crashes to unexpected repairs. Instead of panicking, they strategize and look for solutions, which is a crucial trait in navigating real-world financial challenges. Number 8. Encouraging children to manage their own money. Theory and practice are two different worlds. While parents can share principles verbally, letting children handle actual money drives those lessons home. Some families provide allowances tied to completing chores, while others give a small monthly budget and let their kids decide how to spend or save it. Teenagers might get a preloaded debit card and be responsible for trackable categories like entertainment, snacks, and clothing. Warren Buffett's early dabbling in the stock market at age 11 might be extreme, but it underscores a valuable point. The sooner you let young people experience the consequences of financial decisions, the more ingrained those lessons become. Mistakes will happen. Maybe they spend all their cash on a trendy gadget and have none left for a school trip. Such experiences teach children the cost of impulsivity more vividly than any lecture could. Over time, small-scale experiments help them cultivate discipline and budgeting prowess. Number 9. Understanding that making money means solving problems. One major theme in wealth creation is turning problems into opportunities. Every major invention or service, from Tesla's push toward electric cars to smartphones that keep us connected, found success by solving a real need. If you help enough people, money follows. Wealthy parents pass this perspective on to their children, encouraging them to look for gaps in the market or daily pain points. What's frustrating people right now? How can we make a tedious process more convenient or efficient? Such questions spark ideas that can become lucrative ventures. This approach also differentiates wage mindset from value mindset. Instead of limiting themselves by how many hours they can work, kids who grasp this concept aim to provide a solution that can scale. Whether it's an app, a tutoring service, or a local event planning business, they're less focused on a fixed hourly wage and more on how to deliver something people truly want or need. By solving bigger problems, they stand to earn more and make a broader impact on society. Number 10. Fostering self-reliance and an abundance mindset. Finally, wealthy parents instill the idea that no one owes you anything, but opportunities abound if you know where to look. Take Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, who both pledged to leave only a fraction of their fortunes to their children. The message is clear. Each generation needs to carve out its own achievements. This doesn't mean kids won't receive any help, but it sets an expectation that self-reliance and resilience matter far more than entitlement. An abundance mindset underpins this philosophy. People who feel there's enough in the world tend to embrace challenges and risks, open to the idea that success can be created, not just inherited. They don't approach life with "this is all there is," but rather, how can we expand what's possible? That kind of thinking reduces fear of failure and encourages constant learning, because each failure is seen as a pit stop on the way to discovering the next opportunity. So does the Up series prove that our destinies are sealed from childhood? Not exactly. It demonstrates that early upbringing plays a critical role, but it also shows that mindsets can be reshaped at any stage of life. Whether you're 16 or 60, adopting these 10 principles, from recognizing money's importance to actively cultivating new skills, can put you on a path toward greater financial security and freedom. Your wealth is about more than numbers. It's about the habits, values, and choices you make each day. If you found these insights valuable, be sure to subscribe to Value Runtime and hit the notification bell. Let me know which principle spoke to you the most in the comments below, or share any other tips you've picked up along your journey. The goal is to build a community where we learn from each other. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jan at Value Runtime. I'll see you in the next video.